Go look at the screen time on your phone right now. Pause the video if you have to, seriously. How many hours a day is it? Now, how many hours of those are on useless apps like social media, for example? Well, if it's anything more than 1 hour, then this video is for you. Let me explain. You have time. So as a part-time indie game developer, you might feel like you don't have any time to work on your projects and actually improve your skills. And especially you might think that you don't have enough time to actually build the whole game. But the thing is, you do have time, you just need to prioritize it. Like if you're still watching at this point, then you probably have over 1 hour on social media, for example. And only that in itself is enough to prove my point here. You have the time. You don't need that 1 hour, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours on social media. Like you don't gain anything from those hours. Now I want you to go into your screen time again, or if you have it open, that's awesome. And I want you to analyze what it consists of. And I want you to see how many of those screen time hours are actually on necessary things, like your phone or messages, for example. And how many of those hours are on entertainment, things that you could live without. And I want you to have an exact number, ready. So for example, if you spend 2 hours on Instagram every day, I want you to change your mindset a little bit. And I want you to think from now on that those 2 hours are time I wasted. That's time I could be working. Now, 2 hours might be an extreme example, like 1.5 hours, for example, or just one. Still, it's an issue. Now, how to use your time more effectively. Now, in the previous chapter, you looked at what your screen time actually consists of and how much of that is unnecessary entertainment. And now what I want you to do is to delete those apps. Like seriously, just delete them. And if you want results, you are actually going to do this. Like you're not going to cope or say like, I do this one thing that I need this app for. Like I need to follow my this and that on here and like all these excuses. Like if you want results, just follow what I said. Okay, I have no social media apps on my phone, not even Facebook, and I live just fine. And I'm a teenager, so like seriously, what's your excuse? If a teenager can live without social media, like a single social media app on his phone, then you can too. Like seriously, come on. I even don't have YouTube on my phone, and I literally post YouTube videos. Like you have seriously no excuse to not just delete those apps. And this applies if it were a mobile game too. Like, don't think that you get a get out of jail free card just because it's a game instead of a social media app. And that applies to mobile and PC and console games too. Like, just delete the video games, seriously. I only want you to continue this video if you actually did the steps that I told you to delete the apps you spend most useless time on. So if you've done that, then we can continue. Now, there is actually one simple thing that you could do so that your brain will automatically find time to work and complete specific tasks. And that's setting a deadline. So you might have heard about Parkinson's law. What we're going to do is we're going to reverse that. So instead of having too much time and just using all the time that we got, we're going to set too little time, like barely enough time to finish it. And that forces us to actually be productive in that time we do actually have. Now, if you want more good advice just like this, click the link in the description. Now, how to make working your new entertainment. So we just deleted all the entertainment apps. Hopefully, you shouldn't be watching this if you didn't. We deleted all those already. But now we don't have any entertainment. Like, what are we going to do in our free time? And the answer to that is we're going to replace entertainment with working. So working is going to be our new entertainment now. Working is going to be what gives us our dopamine from now on. You are used to it being Instagram or TikTok. Now we're going to replace that dopamine with the working dopamine, which is good dopamine. And that will make us obsessed with working because that's our only source of stimulation, like dopamine. So what you want to do is you want to make working your most stimulating activity, and you will become obsessed. You will become addicted. I promise you. Like that's just how your brain works. You are going to crave what's most stimulating, what gives you most rewards in your brain, or dopamine. And if working is your most stimulating task, then you are going to crave working. You're going to become a workaholic. And I've written a list of 5 things that, and I've also written a small list about 5 small points that you could do to actually make working as addicting as possible. So the first thing is to turn it into a challenge, have goals and tight deadlines. You can also implement some punishments if you don't do the deadlines, if you really want results. And number 2 is to have a clean workspace and have some good lighting. Good lighting gives you energy and also makes you happy. A clean workspace just makes it easier to focus, obviously. Now, number 3, which is my favorite tip, is to listen to some ambient music you like. And what you can do is you can go on Spotify and you can search ambient, and you will get a page with all the ambient playlists that Spotify has made. So there's different ones for like sleep or focus or like specific genres within ambient. And I would just find something you like, and if you have some good headphones as well, this is really going to put you in the zone and make working much more enjoyable. It's my favorite tip. Now, number 4 is a very, very practical one. And it's actually to add new features when you're working on your game and not be a perfectionist. So you're going to do things that visually moves your project forward instead of doing these small tweaks and fixes and bug fixes and whatever. You are going to add significant updates to your game, like adding new features or systems, and that's things that are very noticeable for the player, or when you are testing your game yourself. It's going to be a very noticeable change. That's the task we want to focus on, because that's not just the tasks that give us the most learning. It's also the most stimulating for us because it's kind of hard, and when we finish it we get like tons of rewards in our brain because we completed a hard task. And also we can see the result visually in our game. And number 5 is accountability. So you can share your progress with others, either your physical friends and family, or you can just post about it online. So that was my list. Our goal here is kind of to make everything except working as boring as possible and make working as stimulating as possible. And that's how you don't download the apps you just deleted by craving them, because you're going to have so much fun working that you're not going to think about. Now, hopefully I replaced your screen time with some productive tasks, at least a few hours a week, and if I did, that's awesome. Now, if you are a part-time solo indie game developer and you want more no BS practical advice just like this, then click the link in the description. You won't regret it. Now, thank you for watching this video.